right
we'd
then.
definitely have to add something to
That's
this.
quality.
We just find random recordings.
That's
Anything
brilliant.
off Broner, I think.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, Broner is the meme man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alright, so where should we start? With Pacquiao or?
Yeah, I think go and start with Pacquiao first.
Obviously, Hughes came in. He was bigger than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I knew he was obviously going to be... I could see there was a big size,
Yeah.
but he used it. That was the main
Yeah,
thing
he
for me.
did.
He used this...
I was a bit gutted to see Pacquiao lose.
Yeah, to me, it's very lucky Spence went the guy in and with him.
Yeah, I think
because I
hurt
think
him.
Spence would have done some real
Yeah.
damage. But he looked like an old man. That's the way I can really put
It's
it.
so bizarre because Pacquiao has such like a weird style where like even when he was younger and you watched him, it was so kind of like fast, and almost not slappy because it was obviously like hard punches that hurt. But he throws him in such a weird way. I don't feel like anyone else throws him like that.
Yeah, it's
Just like really bizarre. Like he kind of almost whips them, his punches, and I feel like when he was younger, they carried a lot of power, but I think since he's got older, they're not as explosive.
as he's gone through the weights
Yeah.
as well. Because when you bear in mind he started as like a flyweight or whatever. Like,
yeah. And I just feel like he's just not got a style that's gonna benefit him the older he gets.
his feet look slow for me. I think.
Yeah.
So he but before he'd be bang 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 and out, bang 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 and out. When he's like when he's like bashing up Margarito,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Cotto, like these bigger guys, his legs were there, and I think
Yeah.
was it Sunday, like last Sunday, whenever it was, it just wasn't. You could see he was an
Yeah.
old guy, and my only like not worry about it, the defeat was that I'm worried he's gonna continue because like he wasn't. I think it was clear to see he was old and
Yeah,
like he
definitely.
was.
You see his
But he
age
didn't have it
shadow
punched out of
himself.
him, if that makes sense. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a horrible one. Like he might still think, oh, you know what, I can still do
Yeah.
it. And once you kind of hit that stage, that you can't roll back the years.
Yeah.
I know Manny's superhuman.
Which is
but-
sad because I seen a video of like his wife feeding him the next day,
Mm.
his breakfast and that, and it was just kind of like sad to watch that he was like unable. I'm
How
sure
old is he
could've-
now as well? 42?
Yeah, 42, I think.
Right, please retire, man. I don't want to see him
Creeping
go
up
on.
50 before we know it.
Yeah. I just don't want to see like end up like Roy Jones, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Getting slapped up by
Yeah.
guys who shouldn't even be lacing his boots. And
It is just one of those, isn't it? I think. Yeah, thank God it wasn't Spence.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
And, yeah, that would have been painful to watch. I think.
Yeah.
I think the towel could have been seen going in if it was Spence.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't know why. I always got this aura whenever like Manny fought, and like he never used to be smiley going to the ring. I swear.
You like
Like-
the old me. He's always had that friendly like demeanour
Yeah,
about him, which I
demeanour
think
about him.
played in his favour.
But I
Like
feel like when he used to walk to the ring, he used to have the eye of the tiger. I'm not even making it up. Like trying to make it like a
his
rock
early
thing, but-
featherweight days.
Yeah, when he used to walk in, you should see it in the top of his eyes, and he looked mean in a way. Like you knew outside the ring, and like he was friendly and a happy guy. But it was like the Mayweather fight. He was happy, smiley, taking pictures before.
I thought that as right about like leading into a false sense of security. It's like, he's just this friendly little
Yeah,
Filipino
exactly.
guy, and you get in the ring with him, and he's pinging off like 5-punch combinations
Yeah,
on you.
literally. But
Who was it? I think was it Brandon Rios where he was like,
I thought there was two guys in there.
Yeah, he's like throw for Freddie was in there, but
I thought
yeah,
Freddie was hitting me too. Yeah,
Like,
which
that
you
is,
can
like-
understand because
yeah.
his style is so unorthodox. The punches come from anywhere.
Mm.
It is like he's got 8 arms in there. But I feel like Manny's days are over now, and he should definitely.
Yeah, I really hope. I don't want to see it in like 2 years' time. It's kind of like again, like we're talking about like that Ortiz Jr. who's like coming from. I'm scared they're gonna they're gonna feed him to
Yeah.
never like passing off the torch. I think because like that's what they were looking to do. I think with Spence was like it was like the passing of the torch,
Yeah.
and because as it's Ugas and it's not like this big name, I'm worried they are gonna like roll him out one more time.
I hope not, because I mean.
Yeah, please stay retired, man.
But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed he lost to Ugas. I feel like it would have been nice to see him go out against a real, I don't want to say a real champion, but someone who's like been in the limelight and people know of.
That's it. I feel bad now because I don't want to take too much away from you guys because he
Yeah.
fought the perfect fight.
He
He
did.
used his height. He used that jab. He caught him coming in with the uppercut.
Yeah.
Fight,
He looked like a classic, well-schooled, tricky Cuban.
yeah.
Had a fair bit of power, was hard to hit. He just knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I think Manny's just such a random and erratic fighter to come in and like actually
Late notice as well.
Yeah.
I know he's meant to be fighting on the card,
but to get stuff up and be told you're fighting Manny.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, this is a big fight for me now.
Yeah.
If you're thinking you're gonna come in, you've got like another little like mess sort of fight. You come in, you Pacquiao. It's like, man, I've got to put on a show now, isn't it? But yeah, I just feel I was just really gutted watching it. To be honest with you, I would have loved to see Manny do a bit more, but I actually would really like to see him go into like not commentating, but do maybe some like the after fight questions and things like that. I really like listening to Manny.
He has the personality for it. He's quite funny and friendly, isn't he?
He's so like in love with the sport in that sense. Like he doesn't
really
be away from it.
Politics in it though. That's where he's leaning towards, isn't it? That's when you get a fear is that like he keep fighting just to like fund this political stuff. So
God.
So I don't know.
Professional basketball as well.
Well, in Philippines, I saw that a couple of years ago. He played a game.
He must be like the shortest man ever. Professional basketball.
I don't know what's the average height in Philippines.
Maybe it's like, yeah, true. Probably like 5'7" height. But yeah, do you reckon he pays him to lower the ring? Like, I'm basically
it's Manny Pacquiao. He just like, look, it's Manny Pacquiao.
He's probably got his own league, Manny Pacquiao Basketball League. But yeah, sad times for Manny, but hopefully he catches the wave and moves on to bigger and better things now.
I fear not. I do think we'll see him back in the ring, but hopefully he moves on now.
Hopefully he does like the little exhibitions maybe. If we're lucky, a couple exhibitions here and there.
There's more YouTubers.
Oh, please knock out Jake Paul. Manny's the man. But yeah, so that cover Manny's pretty much done it.
Yeah. Any particular favourite Manny moment?
Oh, favourite Manny. Oh, so many. Oh, do you have one in mind?
Well, my early I got into boxing. It was like the Ricky Hatton era. Like that's when I it was this Fights on Sky, and I don't know. I'm pretty certain Sky covered his fight against Oscar De La Hoya. When I was younger, I didn't really understand like the significance of Manny jumping up like these weight classes and like what he done. Like just fucking smashed De La Hoya to pieces. Like
destroyed him.
Like I knew his name, so when then Ricky Hatton fought him, and then absolutely iced him with that left hook. Just that early memory of just seeing this little Filipino guy and just being like, fucking hell, he's good. And as I've got older and like,
you appreciate
that's it. I got to understand like who Oscar De La Hoya was, and like I liked Ricky Hatton, so I was just a bit gutted about Hatton losing. I didn't really, and then I remember the Cotto fight being on Sky as well. And I remember watching that one. So like, and then now I've got to know him a bit more. I've got to go back through his featherweight days against like the Barreras, the rivalry.
He's had so many.
You could you could split his career into like
you could put all of his fights in a hat, and you're gonna pick out an absolute screamer of a fight, like 50% chance from his like Filipino days onwards. Just unbelievable career he's had. I think it's got to be Margarito for me.
Oh
busted him up.
Yeah.
I just felt like that was like really good. Was that before or after the Cotto incident?
That was after, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that was after.
But I think I never watched it at a time, sort of thing. But looking back now, I think what he done to Margarito, it was like, he deserved that. Like, Pacquiao was like, it's almost like he served justice for boxing that night. It was like, but that was really good. I feel like I just remember when I first started boxing, training, and like I would go on YouTube to watch like training montages. It was always Pacquiao. Like in the wildcard gym, and it's just like, it's gonna be a legend of the sport, and he'd always be like.
I saw as well. Has he been like a world champion of 4 decades as well? Now? So
4 decades.
2000, 2010. That's fucking mad.
I don't think it would ever be beat.
No.
Especially none of the current champions. It's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So thank you, Manny.
Yeah.
Like
good
for all these great years we've had of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Now please retire.
But my favorite. I'm gonna narrow. It would be definitely the Ricky Hatton knockout. I think. Because I was like I said, I'd heard of him from the De La Hoya fight, but didn't appreciate what he'd done. And then the Hatton one, I remember just being like,
watch that
wow.
live?
No. Again, it was on a rerun the next day. Like I think what year would that have been? 2008, 2009?
Yeah, because I remember my dad going to watch it, and I didn't really get it at the time. So I think I was only like quite young.
Yeah, so I think that was about 2009. So would
have been about
10, 11 years ago.
13.
And I just remember like. He dropped him a couple of times. I just remember that finishing at the left hook, and Hatton just goes. That's my favourite one. Yeah, the Ricky Hatton fight.
Definitely. What else happened then? We obviously had Jake Paul card.
Yeah,
you got much to say on that?
He's here now, isn't he? So he's just
it looks like he's gonna be here to stay. Or did he not? I don't know what's come out, but it seems like he's decided to take a break for a bit. I've seen on some like news outlets.
I don't know.
I don't know how much you trust any of these like TikToker news outlets. It's like
when it started, I was like really it wound me up, and I didn't
Yeah.
try. I had no interest in it, but now it's here now, so I'm able to ignore it
Yeah.
a bit easier.
Yeah. I mean, if he brings more faces and people to the sport of boxing, then okay, like we can deal with it. And like, it is a bit of a circus
Yeah,
wherever he goes.
It's not a bit of a circus.
Oh, yeah.
It is a circus.
It's the circus.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can bring more people into the sport, more money into the sport, and
I did see that. To be fair, did you see? He donated
Yeah.
like the breakdown of
Like
like
$1 million,
so,
wasn't it?
to like
From-
a man for like throughout the card. So
Yeah,
that
which is
Amanda
really
Sereno
nice.
got like a really high purse. So he obviously is
Yeah.
taking an interest, and he wants to make
Mhm.
sure everyone gets paid. So you can't really fault that.
It looks like he's training properly.
Yeah, he's
And
taking it.
It's become to a point. It's like as a person, we can dislike him, but the way he's carrying himself in boxing from like a professional standpoint, it's like
He's training.
he's doing some good
yeah.
things in the sport of boxing that we can't completely write
Yeah.
off it on him. Do you know
I mean,
what I mean?
I'd love to watch him get absolutely
Yeah.
flattened by someone, but no. Yeah.
Oh, Mike Tyson, come out!
Gee.
Oh, imagine the money they make for that Tyson Paul.
Fucking hell. I don't even want to. Move on. I don't want to talk about
It's
this
a
anymore. I've
split
given up
decision.
already.
Split decision win for Paul.
Yeah,
It would be
fuck's
like,
sake.
oh,
I'd
Mike,
end it.
out of the Hall of Fame you go.
Nah. Be getting fucking Jake Paul undisputed tops put on now.
Yeah.
No.
I don't mind if he sells a few.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it probably would as well.
What
Would
else
sell
is there?
two.
Yeah. What was the we had the
BT card. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I hadn't actually caught this, but I've
Mhm.
heard it's got a lot of controversy about the Maxwell
Yeah, I
Akeem
did
Brown decision.
rewatch it. It was a
Go
bit
on,
of a
yeah.
dodgy link that I ended up rewatching.
Yeah.
Because I have how frustrating is you have BT Sport, you can watch it live, but then if you miss it,
There's no
you
rerun.
can't go on and
That's
just watch a
fucking-
rerun.
I understand. I
And it
don't
was
know.
really
Yeah,
frustrating, and I
that's-
was like, oh, I thought I'd
Yeah.
just gone. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. If anyone knows,
Yeah.
do let me know. Because I
Yeah.
was pretty annoyed.
So, well, yeah, talk. What do you reckon about
Um,
that then?
It was a really horrible fight to watch.
I've heard
Ennis-
Ennis Brown's
yeah,
style is.
He's got a very awkward style, and there's
Mm.
like, there's not a lot you can do with it. But Maxwell, looking at the way he boxes, he should have dispatched him. He should
Yeah.
have sent him packing. But he looked awful, Maxwell.
So do you reckon rematch?
I think they have to have a rematch. The amount of dispute that's going on about
Yeah.
it, and I do think
The pro-
Maxwell lost.
They'll have to stick it on an undercard somewhere because I don't see
Yeah,
anyone
I don't-
wanting to watch.
No.
Like I haven't got round to watching
Yeah.
it yet, but
It was scrappy. It was a bit messy. I think they both had cuts in the end from heads.
yeah.
So that just goes to show what sort of fight it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you look at Maxwell, his straight punches are so crisp in like other fights and that, and it almost seems he's no spring chicken either. He's 30 something
was
now.
he part? I don't know if he went. Oh, I don't know if he went to Olympics or anything. But he was on the
wasn't-
GB squad.
yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
He was long time on a GB squad. He beat Josh Kelly, I think, at one point in when Josh Kelly was down.
He fought
in weights.
Lomachenko, didn't he?
Yeah, twice I think.
Yeah.
He's in the World Boxing Series for a lot of fights, and he really just seems like he's got a trigger issue. He doesn't want to throw. I think he's came across a bit chinny in that fight he fought I think the guy was French when he won it.
Oh,
in the,
yeah, in the last
which
13
was a
seconds.
great
yeah,
fight. In
yeah.
fairness, like watching that was pretty
Yeah.
stunning. But yeah, I think he's after that fight. I think he's kind of had the Kyle Frampton effect after Santa Cruz 3. 2.
That's
there
like
there wasn't
third.
a 3.
Is there a third one I don't know about?
That was one we wanted.
Yeah.
You know when Carl kind of went downhill after getting that
yeah.
kind of a hard fight. I feel like Maxwell's had that hard fight, and now he's like, that kind of hurt. Don't really want it again. And I feel like he just looked lackluster.
So again, that's quite good domestically. That's a really good division, I think. You got Jack Catterall. That's been announced actually today. Jack Catterall, Josh
Okay.
Taylor for all the belts at
Ooh,
super
okay.
lightweight. Yeah.
What would that be on?
That's on Sky, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, that
Oh,
new
okay.
Sky Boxer. Don't know
Is
if you saw
what
that.
they're
land.
replacing
Yeah,
Eddie
so
Hearn
that's-
with?
yeah, it's called Boxer 2Xs.
Okay.
Like undisputed
Oh,
or missing letters.
yes.
They've done the opposite. They've added ones.
Fraud.
Yeah, but it's so the first card they've announced is the cousin Fury. Which one? Huey Fury's
Huey,
fighting
okay.
Christian Hammer.
Okay. Take that.
Eubank's on the undercard. Shock Eubank just appearing out of never like thing.
Where did he go?
Well, frustrating career. But I'm going off this trail now. But yeah, so yeah, what we talking about the super lightweights?
Yeah,
Yeah, just about to say,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
strong
good.
division.
definitely. I feel like even the whole way up, it's a strong division. I don't think we've got any future world champions in our midst from the UK.
well, potentially Jack Carroll if he beats Taylor, but that's not happening.
Well, yeah.
I think Taylor wins. I think he'll win that fight, and I see Taylor moving up then to 147.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you reckon he's not going to wait for anyone else to come up? Because I've seen Tank. How far?
Oh,
was Tank too far
that's
down?
true. No, because that Tank's last fight against that Barrioso, whatever his name is, that was at 140.
Yeah, and
for
Tank's
one of those stupid
vacated
interim.
his
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah.
So whether he's on the move, up or down, you don't know if Tank
Yeah,
leaves, to be
I know.
fair. I don't think he's not been proven good at making weight, has he? So I don't think he'll
Nah,
be
he
going down.
skipped weight.
'Cause he messed up a few times, didn't he?
Yeah, he
lost belts.
skips weight a lot.
So I would imagine he'd only go up.
Mm.
Which, unless he's thinking, if Taylor goes up, I'll go up and then get some of the belts when they're distributed
Well, yeah,
across all the
that's what I
random
see,
rankings.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
You could get a few pickings.
Because it's going to be just with all the mandatories. I can't see Taylor holding on to all these belts for that long, and I think that'll be the next move is 147.
I think that's a big shout for him because he has got a skinny frame, and it'd be interesting to see what his height and like weight matches up to the others in that division. Crawford would be a brilliant fight though.
Oh, I'd love
if
that
we
fight.
could get that, that would be.
Yeah,
that's got to be on
class.
like the dream list.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot.
I think next episode we need to do like a top 5 wanted fights that could potentially happen.
Potentially within the next next year or so. Yeah, definitely
do that.
I'll definitely Taylor against up in water at 147. I'd like this.
That'd be
Fights
quality
I'd
fight.
like.
Yeah, so that could happen, and then what else have we got? What has gone by? Did on the BT card? Who else fought? 'Cause was it not? I always get too.
Because that wasn't even the main
Woodstock.
event. Yeah, Liam Woodstock was the main event.
that's it.
I didn't even.
I didn't know that. I thought it was
No.
Maxwell the main event.
Yeah,
'Cause when
people
I
had-
seen it was.
I saw people saying about how it's like a weird card
Yeah.
order. Because that's what I thought. I was thought.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's Brown.
So I was
Maxwell.
watching the video, and they were like, "Oh, here's Liam Woodstock getting ready for his fight," and I was like, "What? There's another card?"
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was maybe one of those like swing fights where like they didn't get in
Floaters,
before,
yeah,
so they're gonna get in after. But yeah, apparently that was the main event. But I didn't even see it marketed.
No.
At
No,
all.
like I said, it was all the stuff I saw was Maxwell.
Yeah, which is really I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, if you're main event.
Yeah, if your main event and like all this media is going out for these two, and you're like, all right, it's my card, but never mind. Like, do we know what happened in that fight? Because I didn't watch it.
I think Woodstock lost.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do
I
we know who he fought?
No. I can't remember the guy's name, to be fair.
We'll put it in if you're watching it in video.
Yeah.
If not, then tough luck. Google it yourself.
Yeah.
So should we go on to like what's coming up then?
Yeah, we got preview.
Preview time for the big card. The
Lara
stacked card.
Warrington 2.
Are we going to start from the bottom or the top?
I don't think
Bottom?
we need to run through half of that.
Um,
Just having a brief.
so there's quite a
look.
few Leeds fans on there by the looks of it. I can see
Yeah.
3. So obviously Jack Bateson is Leeds fan.
I don't actually know.
I don't know if Jack Bateson was former GB squad, so I
Okay.
think that's why he's getting on these
Right,
cards.
yeah.
I imagine he'll be
He's
higher up.
fighting TBA. I'm interested to see what TBA looks like.
But I imagine he's going to go up above Hopi Price. So we're looking at the card on Box Rex. At the moment, Jack Bateson is on the bottom. But I expect he'll be further up the card, probably just above Hopi Price, I would imagine. You got Male. Is that a male?
Mally
post.
Wright.
Or Mally.
Yeah.
Mally Wright against Anthony Woolery. Don't know either of those.
No.
Brandon Stansfield against MJ Hall. Looks like it's going to be a whitewash for Stansfield, that one.
Yeah.
Ebony Bridges is back out again.
Yeah.
Permanent UK resident at this point, by the seems of
She's
it.
claiming Leeds as well, isn't she?
Yeah. So they've thrown her on as well to fill that out.
And then
Hopi
Hopi Price. So is this... So we'll see for a couple weeks ago. Is this the one that was for an area title or something? Is that what it...
This
what
is
ti-
for a
so it's saying the
international
idea.
title.
Okay, I thought it was...
So this would be an interesting fight, I think, because Hussein, by the looks of it, he's from the UK. And he's had... I'm surprised it's not for some sort of area or like British or something. 'cause
Yeah.
he's
I
from
thought
the
it
UK,
was,
Hussein,
so maybe I might have thought, yeah. Both Leeds, I know that.
Are they?
Both Leeds, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a good little clash.
Leeds,
Hussein
Leeds.
is 16-1, so it's going to be his first real, I think, opponent that's going to go in there thinking, I don't want to lose this.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good fight for him. And I don't know. What do you think of
I
Hopi?
thought... it was very, very tall for the weight, was my
Yeah.
thoughts. I thought this was at featherweight. I must have got this all wrong. Because I remember last time thinking this was at featherweight. But yeah, so...
Yeah, Super Bantam looks like it would be at. But
Yeah.
things could change.
Early thoughts, obviously, is... he's very tall for the weight, and
Yeah, he's awkward almost, but it's almost awkward for him as well, being so tall. I feel like. I feel like when you're kind of like the middle sort of height ground, you can kind of go two ways when you fight. You kind of have that option. But I feel like he is being forced a bit to box, which he's definitely got the skill for. But I think if people do get on his chest, it's just going to be a bit harder when he climbs the levels.
Sort of thing.
When he fights people that are more experienced at that weight and more competitive, I think when he comes against the shorter fighters, it's going to be a battle of two ways. And I feel like if he doesn't carry power when he goes up through the levels, is he going to struggle to keep people off him?
'Cause early on, it doesn't look, just looking at his record, you wouldn't say screams puncher. But from the little clip the last fight I saw of him,
good timing.
I thought he timed his punches well. And I think the power will come. So he is a baby, isn't he? How old is he? Like 19?
Yeah, he is really young.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time yet.
So hopefully they just...
And he's Dave Caldwell trains him.
Yeah,
I heard that he spars with like Jordan Gill and Kit Galahad. So that's really good sparring just there.
Definitely.
Like, he's probably seen it all. Galahad's just a tricky southpaw who can box orthodox. So like, he's probably seen low. He's probably learnt loads just off that.
Yeah, I just hope they don't push him too quickly.
No.
So I feel like this is a big step up.
Yeah,
in a way. Obviously,
then in saying that, I don't know anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have the most padded record ever.
Yeah, so
but 16-1. I mean, 16 taxi drivers is still 16 taxi drivers, I suppose.
Wait to see. Wait to see on that one.
Yeah, then we got Katie Taylor versus Jennifer Han. I didn't know anything about this Jennifer Han.
Yeah, again, I
This
don't
women's
know.
boxing is hard
All
to
I will
follow.
say is, like, I said it about, I think it was Taylor's last fight against Natasha Jonas.
Yeah, I think that was
Because
the last
I've been...
I missed
Taylor's
that
on
one.
the slide, I find.
You think
I
so?
think Taylor's on the slide. She is going to lose sooner or later, and I don't... It won't change, but she's still an amazing boxer.
Yeah.
Done, obviously, what she's done for female boxing has been great, but I damn fearing she is. There's a defeat coming.
Yeah, it's hard to say, I suppose, with women boxing, because you don't really know who's who a lot of the time, and it's kind of hard to judge in that sense. But yeah, I mean, she's done a lot, and obviously, I feel like she was she wanting the Clarissa Shields fight? Do you reckon, or not really?
I heard
She's not gone to
I
MMA.
heard like stupid things about like because that would have to be a crazy catchweight, wouldn't it? Because Clarissa Shields,
she's quite
Clarissa Shields
big.
needs to fight that Savannah Marshall. That's the one, 'cause that Savannah Marshall the only one to beat her. That was an amateurs.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's their only loss. So that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what I see.
I think that Amanda Serrano's at, I want to say maybe super featherweight. And
yeah, she looks quite small. This is
so
lightweight.
So I was like, because she's fought at like welterweight as well, hasn't she? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know if they can drop. She can drop down for some sort of catchweight, but that's the only name I can really dish out.
It's just a really weird scene at the moment, women's, because it's like we're starting to get to know more of them.
Yeah,
and like they're being thrown in these bigger cards, which is good. But often, like, the opponents, although they may be, like, world champions in their own right, we don't know them a lot of the time. And it's just, like, in that weird crossover phase between becoming to know, like, who's who.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's just a bit one-sided, I feel. So, hopefully in the next few years...
like I say, it might be, obviously, on the weekend, but I feel Katie Taylor's definitely on the slide now. And
that's an interesting shout. So, do you reckon... Obviously, have you seen anything of this Jennifer Han?
Absolutely nothing.
No.
But I do think, I was saying that
Taylor.
No, I won't make a prediction, but a defeat is coming. Just
yeah,
I think she's on the slide.
That's interesting, though. Could the O be ready to go? Conor Benn up next.
Yeah, so it's also moved from Fight Camp. And just made the card
supposed
very
to headline
good.
the first one, and now this card is looking like a really good stacked card. I imagine he's going to come second on the card. As in, like, from the main event.
Yeah.
Predictions?
I think Ben stops him between 8 and 10.
8 and 10? Quite a bit later than his last fight.
Yeah, because I don't know what... It depends on what Granados, like, comes in looking like. Because he has those defeats to Porter, Adrian Broner, but I don't actually think he even lost the Adrian Broner one. I actually think that was...
Really?
You could argue that was a draw, or even Granados one, but... Again, like... I don't want to, like, say, like, oh, he's fighting people... Like, he's... Not that Granados is known for losing, but... And again, I don't want to sound like I'm too much hating on Ben, but it's like...
He's probably not going to go there thinking to win.
Yeah, it depends on what sort of condition,
Yeah.
what sort of mindset Granados is coming over.
He might just show up for a payday.
Yeah, and that's I do. it seems to be happening a lot of there's been a lot of fighters like this. Boatsi being one, Anti-Yard being one. They just seem to just skip that domestic level and they're just fighting as many names as they can, and then they're just in a world title and like.
It's kind of weird though because there's so many good fighters at domestic levels.
That's what I mean.
Aren't with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah,
and miss out on a lot of these shots, and like they have the British belts, but they never get anyone come through to fight them.
I think like you just got to learn your craft. I do think it may have been a bit too traditional, but you want to see him go through the levels.
Yeah.
I just worry that he'll suddenly find himself in a world title opportunity and come unstuck.
Yeah, and I think it's a weird situation for Granados because it's like, if he loses this fight, he loses to what is essentially still a prospect. And if he wins this fight, it's okay. You beat Conor Benn, like he beat.
Yeah, true.
And it's kind of like a lose-lose for him because if he loses, then he's lost, and he'd probably call it quits and retire or go on to be like a gatekeeper for some funny little international
But it is definitely a step up. I do think it's still his best opponent he would fight. It is a good fight.
Yeah. I think Ben knocks him out. I think within the first 6. I think Ben's got almost that Tyson sort of aspect to him where like he doesn't want fights to go on.
Yeah,
he knows where he's strong.
Yeah, if he doesn't need to get like
down the line he knows he's going to be scrappy. His form's going to... He hasn't got that kind of like embedded form where it stays throughout the fight, I don't think. I think he gets to these 6th, 7th, 8th fights, not 8 fight rounds, and then his form just goes to just fight, and it's not boxing anymore for him.
Did he even have an amateur background?
I think he had 14 fights or something like that, 14, 15, so you can't expect a lot, and I feel like he knows in those first 6, he's strong, he's explosive, and I feel like for him,
he just jumps on Granados.
Yeah, that's his. I feel that's his best chance, really.
Yeah,
I think he does carry a decent amount of power.
No, he does carry power. To be fair,
even watching him on the bag, it looks vicious. Like it looks explosive, and sometimes you watch a fighter, and they can be like top level, like Lomachenko.
Yeah,
you watch him on the bag, and you know, like, all right, this guy's got precision, but he's not really packing a lot of heat. Like obviously his craft is incredible, but he's probably not gonna have a random explosive KO. Like. If it's going to come, it's going to come like for a methodical kind of like setup.
Carry power late.
Whereas Ben kind of can kind of bring anything out. I feel like. So I think he's going to go for it early, but we'll definitely see when it comes. And it's a good step for him. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think they should have put him in with anyone higher than that.
No, but it's again because it's like Samuel Vargas and Granados who've been around. I wouldn't say not world level, but they fought. Like Vargas fighting Ortiz Jr. and Khan, and like Granados fighting Porter, Broner, Danny Garcia. Like, I'm just scared he is just going to just skip a whole level. And, I
really want that Josh Kelly fight.
Yeah, Josh Kelly. I remember a while back being like Kelly fucking dances rings around him. Now I'm not sure. I think
he's going to put it on him.
Yeah,
he's going to be on him.
After watching the Avanesian fan. Also, I also think Kelly's going to move up. I think he should move up to 154. Yeah,
do you reckon?
He looked dead at the weight.
But I don't feel like he ever looks. I think it's hard to describe, but I don't think he doesn't look good at the weight, boxing wise, but he doesn't look shredded.
No.
And I feel like it's almost maybe a diet issue. I think he likes enjoying himself, the party life.
Throwing these accusations on Josh
does.
Kelly.
I've seen his Instagram. He's out there in FIFA, living it up in the clubs. And although he's a family man.
Pretty boy, innit?
Yeah. And I just feel like he's out there on the boats and that. I feel like he's probably drinking.
Yeah.
He's having a few shrimps on the barbie and that. And I just feel like when it comes to getting in camp, he's a bit of a Amir Khan, where like in camp he works hard, he trains hard, but he's already done the damage outside of camp, and he's not kind of carried it on. I don't think like he lives for the sport, if that makes sense.
Fair.
And I feel like that when he comes to cut weight, I feel like he doesn't get shredded or anything because the weight's just kind of stuck there now. Unless he like proper like got on, nailed his diet for like a good year. And I feel like 147 would be a really good weight for him. But I mean, he boxed in the amateurs up at light heavyweight at some point.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's ballooned up massively.
Oh, wow,
I think he's got a food issue.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't realise that.
So he ballooned up massively, and I think for the Olympics he came back down to welterweight again.
I think so, yeah.
So
he went to Rio, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. So I think he has got a bit of a greedy issue. Well, I mean, we found a picture the other day, and I thought he's looking chunky in that picture.
Yeah, that's right.
I definitely think he's a bit of a a food fiend.
Maybe you could be on something there.
So whether we'll see a prime on
Yeah.
him, I don't know, because he's not young, is he?
No, I see. If you, now's
Mid-20s
the
or-
man, now's the time to like take it fucking
Yeah.
seriously. You're approaching
So,
30. Shredding weight ain't gonna be any easier now.
No, I just think maybe it's going to come a bit too late, and he will fight Conor Ben, who does live the life
Yeah.
and does love the sport, and he's going to just
Catch him at the right time.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be a tale of two kind of like ways of living, really,
Yeah.
in the boxing world. Like Hatton back in his day, I feel like he's gone that way.
Yeah, fair.
So we'll have to see, though. I do want to see the fight sooner rather than later, but yeah, we'll have to see on that one. And then we have one that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, Maxi Hughes versus Giovanni Straffon. So Straffon was last over to fight James Tennyson on the Parker Chisora card and blew him away in a round.
Yeah,
and
well, that was a good scrap.
Yeah,
We
that
actually
was-
rewatched
yeah,
it just
yeah,
to
yeah.
have a little recap on him.
yeah, that caught everyone because that was just after obviously the main event. Warrington, Lara won. Where so in the space of a couple of, I can't remember the distance between the fights, but it would say it was like a month. We
Yeah.
had two Mexicans come over and blast out some of our
Yeah.
fighters. So, and then Maxi Hughes, I first like come across him when he beat John O'Carroll. It was at the beginning of lockdown, which I thought was his last fight. Shows how fucking lockdown's like gone
Yeah.
and all that because he's actually had a couple of fights since then. He's on a good bit of form. I think it's the British title he fought for in his last fight, and now he's got this opportunity fighting again. Still bit of an unknown. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Is he this big puncher, or is Tennyson's just got a weak chin like that? Which is he's been found out
Yeah.
for to have a weak chin. So
And he did get caught hard, mind. So
So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm gonna predict. I think Maxi Hughes might be able to pull it off. I think he wins points.
yeah,
I think he can pull it off.
yeah, it's gonna definitely be a good fight. I think it'll be interesting to see where that comes on the card as well. So it's gonna be,
Actually, they're saying that because if this gonna be Josh Warrington's dad's, I'm pretty certain trains Maxi Hughes as well.
Yeah.
So there might be might have a fight
and
between.
I wouldn't imagine it's gonna be above the others that we've gone
Nah.
through. So
yeah. So that'll be early on the
um,
card, I reckon.
if you want to get in for that one, it's going to be quite early, I'd say, if that's
Yeah.
one you want to look for. I think it's going to be a good fight. I
Mm.
think we can see some fireworks thrown.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've both had their losses, both had their wins. So it is a really good fight, actually, when you look at their records. And it could be like a big fight for either of them
Yeah.
to win this. To
It'll be,
put them
it'll
on
be
to bigger
massive.
things.
Yeah, Maxi Hughes pulls this off. It'll be massive for him.
Yeah.
Because he's had, it doesn't matter. He's had losses in his career, but you're only as good as your last fight.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
his stock's on the rise because he's had a good little run of form.
And then,
The
The
main,
main
event.
event.
Yeah.
this one's going to be a bit of a talk through, innit?
Yeah, these sort of fights is why I love boxing, is when it's like a genuine, like, when I'm like sat up that night, just before I go to bed, just think, oh fuck, I wonder who's going to win on the weekend. These sort of fights I live for. This is what I've been like, when you said about doing a podcast, this is what
Yeah.
I've wanted to talk about, is a fight like this. Like some
Ready
of the others,
for it.
like, where you kind of know the winner is. This one, I've been and ahhing. I still don't really can confidently say which way I think it's going to go. I'm leaning towards Warrington points.
Yep.
I think 'cause at the end, I think he just needs to win. He just needs to win. If it's
Yeah.
going to be ugly, it's going to be ugly. But man, what if Lara has his number? Like that's what I'm also thinking. What if
Yeah.
like he's heavy-handed? Like going off that, he's heavy-handed.
What if? Oh, yeah, it's just such a weird, bizarre fight because you don't know what either fight is going to come and try and do, which is kind of the beauty of rematches because you've seen them once and you think, all right, who's going to change and who's going to try to do the same, but who's going to be prepared if the other one changes? They might. It's such a
Well,
weird.
it's weird.
like-
Yeah, you're saying as well. A weird fight. It's weird how Josh Warrington's ending this scenario. Like he was the IBF champion. He just got
Yeah.
beat, Selby, Frampton, Galahad
Yeah.
on this amazing form.
Yeah.
Comes back over to Sky, tries to make a unification, can't get it done, drops his belt, fights some random
Yeah.
Mexican. That's just like effectively like not a tick over, but effectively worse because like I didn't realise again we watched this back and I didn't realise that was his first fight in 16 months. I
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't notice that.
No, I didn't realise that. So, was that a part of the problem that he was just coming in
Maybe.
rusty, no crowd, wasn't
I
motivated,
do think
dropped
that's
the
hard.
belt.
I do think it's hard for a fighter like Josh
Yeah,
Warrington.
especially who obviously
Who-
thrives off it.
Yeah, he's not a boxer. He's pure like get in there, get gritty, and I feel like having
Yeah.
a crowd in that sort of situation
Thrives off the atmosphere. Like,
is really going to be a tough one.
like when I was like just going back to the Frampton fight, I was a big Frampton fan, and when he was fighting Warrington, like
Yeah.
that first round, like it was a bit. Not a lot happened, and then Warrington just burst into like he landed
Yeah.
a couple of shots, and then the crowd went up, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Fucking hell!" Watching
Yeah.
this, like watching Carl
Chasing
on the
him
back,
round the
yeah,
ring.
just watching Carl on the,
Yeah.
and that's what he he thrives off those bursts. Like he will be,
Yeah.
he could be doing nothing, and all of a sudden he just snaps and he's into action. Like,
Yeah.
and that first fight, he just from the off, like he just didn't seem right. And I know it did seem like, 'cause they were saying on commentary as well. There was like even before round 4 happened, like where that should have been stopped as well. I think. By the way, I think
he looked awful in that. You know it's bad when their legs are kind of like trying to fire when they stood up and they're like bobbing.
How the fuck
like,
was that? Yeah,
he was bobbing like crazy.
If the roles were reversed, that's getting stopped. He is very
100%.
lucky. Well, I can't even remember what I was saying now, but yeah, I think Warrington, he thrives off the atmosphere, and I do think that did play a toll. My only worry is now, like, he went on for rounds he didn't need to go, and how much does that take off your career?
Yeah,
that sort of
definitely.
beating.
He did take a hard beating. What would you suggest if you were figuratively in the Warrington corner and you had to come up with a game plan?
I'll be
going back
fucking
in
telling
knowing
him,
that guy.
keep that right hand on your chin, because
Yeah.
Lara's loading
Yeah.
up on that left hook every time. But then I don't know, that's not.
It's
I don't know if
so
Warrington's going to
hard.
do that. Like,
Because you know Warrington's strengths are get your head down, get working.
yeah.
But you just want to tell him, sit back, watch him. As soon as he brings that man's down, quick straight punches to the
Has
front.
he got fast hands as well,
Yeah.
Warrington? I know he's not a banger. He has fast hands, and his work rate's incredible. But I'm intrigued to see how this plays out.
I just don't know what you do. I really don't know.
That's the problem. Is what can Warrington do differently?
It's like
That's the question. We know. I think we've seen it again. I'm gonna guess, but no one had seen anything of Lara before going into this fight. But I feel even now, just seeing it, we know what he's about.
Yeah.
The question is, what is Warrington going to do differently? Because I think you can guarantee Lara's got the same plan again.
Yeah. Well, I think he's pretty one-dimensional, Lara. I feel like he has to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like Warrington's almost the same.
Yeah.
In like a flipped version. 'Cause they're so alike, and I just feel like Lara's just got more of the power, and I feel like that's all it is.
Yeah.
Warrington doesn't carry that devastating power.
Because I say he landed loads of clean shots, but that is his Warrington. But
Yeah.
he didn't have that, like.
He always pushes him a bit, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He's got no like.
Well,
vicious
Frampton
pop.
said that his power is deceiving. Like,
Oh yeah.
But and like.
It's just such a hard one
I'm
to
trying.
say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only other fight I've ever seen Warrington look slightly bad in was his first fight when he moved over to BT and he fought Kiko Martinez. And like,
Okay, yeah.
and I'd watched again the two Frampton fights, so I knew what Kiko was about. And then Quig blasted him out in a couple of rounds, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay, so Kiko's on the downfall, and Josh did struggle with him, and Kiko is a banger, like
Yeah, he is.
like in Lara, and so that's back then I was a bit like, oh no, yeah, Warrington's crap.
Yeah.
And then he beat Selby, who surprised me, and then he obviously done what he did to Frampton, and it's kind of like I now like.
He's kind of had a really unexpected run.
But it's been a good, going back to what I was saying, like, I love the way he's gone through it. He's gone through, like, Commonwealth, European, British. Like, I feel like he's made, I think he's been matched up brilliantly. I think it's Steve Wood, his manager. I think they've done an amazing job. Like, considering he's not got, like, like a Team GB background.
Yeah,
but,
got
like,
a
they've,
huge-
I think they've matched him perfectly.
Yeah.
Bar this fight. Bar the first fight, sorry. And
Yeah.
where it was a
just got his
horrible
number.
mess of a situation. And now, if he loses, what happens? Does he retire? Like, I don't know where he goes from here if he
I
loses.
don't know if retires a bit. I feel like he has to have like one or two more after if he loses, because although it'd be 2 losses and 2, if he loses, I
Yeah.
imagine hard losses. I feel like he's still got to come back and be like, yeah, that guy had my number, but I can still fight. I don't know.
just wonder, does he get chucked into a bit of a like who needs him club? Because he's always going to be a tough person to beat.
Yeah.
Warrington. Like, I thought Selby would box his ears off easily. That didn't happen. I thought
Yeah.
Frampton would box his ears off. It didn't happen. So I just think.
I think he sells a lot of tickets.
Oh,
as
that's
well
true.
for
Actually,
Eddie.
yeah.
And
he
I
is a
imagine
seller. He
he's
is a
got
big
more
ticket seller.
than.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think. I don't know. I don't know where he goes if he loses. And it's sad. Like he shouldn't be in this situation now. What a crazy couple of years it's been. But now he's in.
What a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know if he. It's such a weird one because you don't know if he wins or loses. You don't know if it's
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
If he wins, where does he go? Just carry
I
on,
presume he
try
goes
to pick up
back.
a few more belts.
Yeah, I presume. I
Feather-
don't
who's
think
in the
he'd.
featherweight division.
Well, obviously Galahad's got his belt
Yeah.
now,
Oh,
so I don't know if
yeah.
he fancies going for that. I've heard that Lee Wood, Conlon, there's talks that could happen,
Yeah.
so that's that tied up. Who's the other featherweight? Santa Cruz still sleeping.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I still don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with the WBA situation.
Obviously, looks like Tank's moving up.
That's from super featherweight, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Russell Jr.
Okay.
Who fights once a year.
Yeah.
So you'd have to time
Let's
him
not
on
count
his year.
on that.
So I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like he did deserve that
Yeah.
big American fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to get it.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I do think he is going to win. But I'm not saying it with much confidence, basically.
I'm surprised he didn't put us at Ellen Road as well.
I don't know if that could be a COVID thing in it. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
is that Headingley in it? So
Yeah,
it's still
Headingley, so-
like it still could
Yeah.
potentially be like 20,000 or whatever. But
Yeah.
with the
bit of
football
an odd one.
season,
Yeah, that's what I was
started,
thinking.
yeah.
The football was probably
Yeah.
just trying to cut it out there, so... But yeah, that... Alright, so final prediction for Josh Warrington. What are you reckoning?
Josh Warrington points. You?
Points? I'm going... Draw.
Draw.
I'm
Oh, I
going
like
draw.
it.
I never throw out a draw.
Yeah.
I never think it's going to be a draw,
No.
but I think... No, it's in the UK...
You're seeing some dodgy scorecards.
Yeah,
Coming
I think Warrington survived this fight.
in. Yeah.
I think he switched on a bit to like...
I think the atmosphere helped him. Yeah.
I definitely think he survives it, but I think he loses, and I feel the cards sway him in his favour.
Right.
So
Okay.
either split decision win for Warrington.
you're
Maybe unjust.
You're picking the dodgy.
Yeah.
Actually, we need to click on. Find out we can find out who the judges are. We can tell you already.
What was one event?
Yeah. Click on the bout maybe. Would it say? Nah, they haven't. Okay, maybe we can't find out the judges. If we scrap that.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah. So you're saying draw?
Yeah, I think we got a draw coming. I think it's set up nicely for a draw.
And they could run it back third time.
Yeah.
Nice.
It'll be his famous trilogy.
Yeah,
that
against
he's-
some
that
rat.
everyone
yeah.
always wants.
Yeah.
It was the reason
Um,
Carl Frampton lost his
yeah.
second fight because he was so desperate for his trilogy.
Yeah.
I still stand by that. I still
Gosh,
feel like
theory.
he didn't throw the fight, but go on. I think he went in thinking, I'm going to make a nice little trilogy out of this. He said it in the press conferences. He was going, yeah, every fighter dreams of having that one fighter that they have their trilogy with. And it's he put
set up.
so much
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
the trilogy. It was like, mate, what are you doing? Go and win the fight.
Well, that was annoying as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go points. I think there would be a crisis moment where maybe he gets dropped or there's a big wobble, but I think he's. I'm saying it. And I don't know what he's gonna see. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm
Yeah, I
saying
know.
it. I think I think he will. I think he'll thrive off the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Cause after the first fight, I was saying this, like, I don't know how good Lara is. Like,
Look at
it's
his last
wild
5
hooks.
fights. Right, so
Yeah.
if we just make this bit of comparison. Warrington's last 5 are... Oh, is that 6? Last 6 are Dennis Kalen. Don't really know who that is.
Yeah, that was a good win. That was a really good win.
Lee
there.
Selby, Carl Frampton, Kid Galahad,
Tachu.
Takuch,
Yeah.
which are all wins.
But when you look at that, so from Warrington's last win, so that's October 2019. In that time,
To
this
February
guy's fought
21.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in that
Yeah.
time. He was
Very
obviously for that
active.
first fight. He was coming in on 4.
Yeah. And he had 2 fights against the same guy, which were TKO wins. But
Oh yeah.
who is that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, there's Mexico. They're all
I
hard as
know.
fuck over
Yeah,
there.
that's true. You knock them out, you've got smoking
Yeah.
gloves. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think it's going to be good to watch as well. I think it will still be entertaining. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be one of those rematches where they just are really slow and boring.
I just love, do you know what I mean? Do you love those fights where like you got that nerve in your belly?
Yeah.
Like that's what I
Yeah.
feel about this fight. It's like I don't know which way this is gonna go. I'm not even like particularly that big of a Warrington fan,
Nah,
but
me
like I'm
neither.
so like I'm
Did you
so
watch the DVD
nah
or film?
Nah.
I actually watched it.
No, fair.
And I watched it just after he beat Frampton.
Yeah, I saw it.
Really
Came out.
like you.
I know it came out for the Christmas time that year. I
Yeah.
remember.
So
But no.
I watched it. And it did make me feel like he is just a proper hard-working
Yeah,
family lad sort
yeah.
of thing. And it did make me feel like I do want him to win.
Yeah,
because
I
of
do.
Who he is, but Lara's probably a really sound bloke too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I hope he wins. But it's always just have to wait and see.
Mm.
Just-
I'm expecting
just don't
drama.
know.
Don't want to like sell it for a DAZN
Mhm.
again, like we seem to
Yeah.
always be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm really
They do
looking
have the
forward to
best
it.
cards,
Yeah.
and the price has gone up, but it's still worth it. So
So that wasn't an ad, was it? Hashtag ad.
no. Should we move on to that actually quickly? DAZN,
What's
do
it?
we think
Going-
it's worth it?
Well, now it's gone up.
Yeah.
Um,
'Cause To be
I
fair
wished-
to them, it was a really good buy to start with.
Yeah, of course
$1.99
it
was
was, yeah.
really, really good. But now $7.99,
It's a lot.
it's
It's a big jump.
that's like what 4 times?
Yeah.
That's 4
And
times
I did
as
see
much.
I kind of agree with what Sonny Edwards said. I wish they'd
Incremented it.
or just it said what their schedule is, just so you could know
Yeah.
because a lot of people are cancelling. I'm not gonna cancel
No.
simply because I can't be asked to cancel, but maybe
It's
give it 2
convenient
months.
having the fights there as
yeah,
well.
ask me in a couple of months and I might have cancelled it because we're
Yeah.
not even getting Canelo fights. That's going
I
on to
know.
BBC.
And I feel like, wait, Canelo's going on BBC, is it?
No, PBC in America. It's for that one fight to get because he's fighting Caleb Plant.
Yeah, and
So they're having issues sorting it, and it's going on to PBC.
So who are we gonna get that through?
It might be Sky, I guess.
Sky.
Yeah.
It's just really disappointing, isn't
Eddie
it?
told us he was his man, and he's lied
Yeah.
to us.
And literally.
Eddie, you said he was your man. What's happened?
Oh.
Nah, so, they've let him off for one fight apparently, but
Yeah,
You see.
one fight from a
Yeah.
big payday, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is better than DAZN." Like,
yeah.
oh. And we're not getting Joshua a fight, are we?
No, but then that's his last fight with Sky apparently.
Yeah, which
So-
kind of lines up with when they put the prices up.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's true.
Is that,
I didn't
is
look
that
at
in
that
line?
like that. Yeah, because I
And
think
it
it's for the
just
next
fits
payment,
in, and
innit?
the
Yeah.
30th it goes up. So
I'd keep
whether-
it if it's going to be Joshua. Cause
Yeah.
it's Joshua fights.
yeah, and they're big fights, and you don't want
Yeah.
to pay pay-per-view.
Mm. Anything else?
Yeah, but they said they're doing their own shows and stuff now.
Or Sky.
DAZN.
DAZN. Yeah.
But like their own like, I don't even describe them. Like you know how Netflix does like their own.
Yeah.
Programs.
Yeah, like Netflix.
I think they're going to try and do stuff like that, and I feel they've picked up more sports as well.
Yeah, in America
Um,
they've got more.
I seen they had a DAZN interviewing at the Formula One as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you like Formula One,
No,
but
I don't mind
I
it.
remember seeing a DAZN interview that, and I was like, "That's weird."
Could be for the
because
American
Sky have
feed,
that as
yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
DAZN are just like slowly
Yeah.
cutting away at it. But yeah, so we'll be paying essentially what's the same as America at the moment, is it not?
So yeah, it's a bit
So
more
hopefully
America.
we'll get everything that they get. 'Cause They
Yeah.
getting the Joshua card on DAZN,
Yeah.
which is really frustrating.
Mm.
I would have been quite happy to pay more this month and get that,
Yeah.
rather than have to figure out how to get it through
Yeah, we'll
Sky.
see what happens in it. Cause see
Mhm.
what he does. You might stay with Sky. You might move over.
Yeah. Should we just have a little think what we've got coming up for the rest of the year? Obviously, we've got Joshua coming up.
Yeah, then you got Canelo.
Canelo,
Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Herring's been announced for
Has it?
October. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's be quite interesting because
I'd fucking love it if Jamel Herring wins. I don't like
Would
that
you?
prick Stevenson. Nah.
no, I don't like him.
Nah,
I
if
don't like
he
him
wins.
or Haney.
Nah.
The one I do like is the one that went back to Olympics, which I kind of lost a little bit of respect for him. But I was like, oh, you could.
Oh, what's his name again?
He's got brothers. I don't know that.
I know you say his name.
Oh,
Shh. Nah, move on. I don't.
move on.
Yeah.
He looks really good though. yeah,
Yeah.
and he's a really nice.
We'll
guy.
edit it in.
He fought in Dubai. Look it up.
If this ain't in it, we
Yeah.
can find his name.
I want to say Johnson, but it's not Johnson.
No. I know what you
Um,
mean.
Yeah, I think he's good friends with Shakur Stevenson. To be
He's a
fair,
prick. Yeah.
but
But I don't. Again, actually, I think Shakur probably will beat Herring. But oh
Yeah.
god, I'd love it if Herring could pull it off.
I'd like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney to have that fight, and Ryan Garcia. Can't they say
There's that, like, yeah,
the Royal Rumble of like the America boys, isn't it?
yeah. You got like Tio Lopez,
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, Tank,
it's like
Devin Haney. There's a
four-
good
the four
little-
queens.
Yeah,
Other than Tio, we like Tio.
yeah. I like Tio.
Tio's
I like
buck
Tank as
small
well.
out.
To be
Oh
fair.
yeah, I like Tank. I like both of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haney, Garcia, and Stevenson.
Mm,
Hopefully they will get sparked.
yeah. Trying to think that's. Then I guess October time, supposedly the World of Fury 3 is going to be happening.
Yeah. is that
Again, I don't even know if there's any
negotiating-
TV news
Yeah.
for that, so
It's so frustrating that. Why couldn't Wilder just move aside?
I know.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know why he's done it, other than
Money.
he's just done it just to be awkward and stop the Joshua fight.
Yeah.
And be like, that was gaining traction. He's like,
Yeah.
people are talking about me. I'm a cut in it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like he's not going to be liked for doing that as a whole. If we
Nah.
never get that Fury Joshua fight now until they're both well into their 30s,
Just get out. You know that's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
This is boxing. We
Yeah.
don't get things we want.
especially in British
Yeah.
boxing, it's just not meant to happen. It's just a bit disappointing, really. But yeah, so I feel like it is going to be a good little end of the year.
Yeah, I think so. We've got that
Um,
Liverpool card as well. The Fowler, Liam Smith.
Oh yeah, that's a good announcement.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Nice little ending.
yeah. Should we call it good in there?
Yeah,
I feel like we
think so.
covered most things.
Yeah.
Um,
Sonny Edwards. That's another one. Sonny
When's he
Edwards.
fighting?
Early September against
Is
that
he?
Mama. I don't know what his name is.
Who did he fight? Mama. I recognise the name.
I'm not sure.
Or maybe it's just from
Yeah.
fighting Edwards.
Yeah. But no, yeah, that's early
Yeah,
September.
I like watching Sonny. He's good to watch.
Yeah.
He's
He's
a
a fun
fighter.
character as well on
Yeah,
Twitter and stuff,
he's
so
a
that's,
good
you like
guy.
personalities like that.
We need people like that in
Yeah,
boxing to
definitely.
liven it up. And
Yeah.
he fights different, and
No.
he's definitely good to watch. So
Just need Al to get my boy AB a fight. Thrown out of the
Yeah.
can, man. That's what.
oh. Why?
Sort it out,
What
Al.
is he doing? Not fighting.
Eating, drinking,
Yeah.
getting more girls
Strip club.
pregnant. He's
Get-
got about
get his
12
toes
kids, I think,
done.
now. Yeah, fucking hell.
His little
Yeah.
goblin feet.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that is.
that's pretty much it then.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We had no Ethan this week.
No.
He was going to be coming on late, but I think he's just about getting ready. So
He's missed it, basically.
he's going to be ready in 1 minute.
Yeah.
So we've covered everything.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in. Hopefully the sound quality is a bit better this time.
If it's
Um,
crap, you've not heard this.
Yep.
We've made a new one.
Exactly. And then next week we will have hopefully Ethan with us. We do one
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, review
Yeah.
Warrington.
Cool. So we'll have one next week.
So what was it? What was your final prediction again?
Draw. I'm going
Draw.
I'm just
Oh,
going
that was
flat
it,
with
draw, and I'm
Flat
going
draw.
points, yeah.
Points Warrington.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll catch you next week with a review of
Yeah.
the fights, and we'll have a little more talk about AJ, I suppose. we can throw in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Next week we'll start doing a little quiz as well. I think.
Yeah.
We do a fun little quiz that you guys, if you want to join in with, we might try to go live for next week. So if you are listening, do look out for that. We'll obviously post it on social media. We will see you next week, guys. Enjoy your evenings
see ya.
or lunchtimes
Or
or
whatever
your
time you're
walks,
listening.
wherever you are. We applaud
Do
you.
the little clappings. I thought you were going to click the wrong button then.